How's everyone doing? Today I have a Blu-ray DVD collection update, and I have 5 pickups right here. And if you've seen any of these titles, definitely let me know what you think of them as well. And they're all from Image and RLJ Entertainment. First up is Odd Thomas. This is a Blu-ray DVD combo pack, a really cool lenticular cover. And this is based off of a Dean Koontz novel right here. And I love the heck out of this movie. I think this is super underrated. And it's basically about Anton Yelchin's character right here, who's Odd Thomas, and he can see dead people, and the dead people keep essentially bugging him until he helps them find their killers and brings them to justice. And he can also see these crazy creatures right here, if you can see them right there, and right there on the back, they're called Bodaks. And basically the Bodaks follow all the real evil people. So if you see a bunch of them following one person, he knows that something bad is going to happen. He sees a ton of them, more than he's ever seen, and he knows something bad is going to happen. He's trying to save his town and save his girlfriend Stormy, who is absolutely incredibly breathtakingly beautiful, played by Addison Timlin. She was great in this as well. And it also has Willem Dafoe, who's the local sheriff, and he enlists Thomas to help him out on occasion, but he's basically just trying to save everybody and before this big impending doom that's going to happen soon. And it's got a really cool twist at the end, which I totally saw coming, but it really works. And I'll be honest, I was kind of getting emotional towards the end of this movie, and it's awesome. The effects are great, great tension, great suspense, and totally creepy and atmospheric. And I highly recommend it. I haven't heard anybody really talk about this movie. It's so underrated. High recommendation on this one. Very nice slipcover. There's the back. And here's a whole bunch of praise for Dean Koontz right there. And there is the Blu-ray and DVD. Really good adaptation from Dean Koontz's novel right here, directed by Stephen Sommers. Did a fantastic job. Next up is Holliston, the complete second season. One of my friends actually on YouTube got me into this, and I'm so thankful that he did, because Holliston is absolutely awesome. It has Adam Green, who did Frozen and Hatchet, and Joe Lynch. It's also got Laura Ortiz from The Hills Have Eyes, and Corey English, and also Guar's Odorous Arungus. And it also has Dee Snider as well, and there they all are right there, their heads in jars. It's basically like a horror version of the TV show Friends. It's kind of parodying sitcoms in a way as well, and they always have great horror guests on here. In season 2, they had Sid Haig, Daniel Harris, Kane Hodder, Seth Green, David Naughton from American Werewolf in London. So always a lot of fun. They had Jonathan Landis in the first one, Tony Todd for the first season, a whole bunch of great guests all throughout, and it's just highly recommend it. If you're a fan of horror, I think you'll really enjoy this. It's a great mixture of horror and comedy. And again, it's a horror sitcom. And I really like it. Like, they have the laugh tracks, and it's a lot of fun. Love the heck out of the show. And I'm really thankful for my buddy on here who got me into this. Joseph, No Guts, Some Glory. This is the complete second season. And next up is Sparks, the origin of Ian Sparks right here. And this movie was pretty cool. It's basically a noir superhero film. Basically, a radioactive meteor strikes Earth, and there's a lot of people that get special powers, including a villainous character. And basically, Ian Sparks has to fight the villainous character, and he teams up with Lady Heavenly, played by Ashley Bell, who was fantastic. Her fight scenes were really cool. You can tell she put a lot of effort in. She was in The Last Exorcism. She's been in a few things. The Day and The Last Exorcism, she did a lot of those contortionist movements. And you can tell she trains hard, because the fight sequences in here are really cool. And great cast. Ashley Bell, Chase Williamson, William Catt, Jake Busey, Clint Howard, Clancy Brown. Clancy Brown was really good in here as well. And Jake Busey did a very good job too in here. I like what happens towards the end. I think there's a cool twist, and this was a lot of fun. I really did enjoy it. I really like the visual feel to it as well. Very aesthetically appealing. My one gripe for this movie was the CG effects, especially the CG projected cities and stuff like that. That was just all CG. Some of those shots, I didn't really care for that. It kind of felt cheap. But the rest of it, I really like the visual style. Again, a noir superhero film, and I think it was really cool. The way that they approached it, and the whole layout and story background, and how people tie in together. And again, the cast was really good in this. And nice slip cover. Right there. And next up is Camp Dread with Eric Roberts, Felissa Rose, and Danielle Harris. And one of the things that I actually really liked about this was the young cast. Basically all unknowns, but I think they played their parts very well. The characters are all kind of like cardboard, stereotypical characters, but they were played to the T. All the actors did a very good job of really playing them up. There's the kind of goofy guy who's doing all kinds of like sexual innuendos and being just a goofball, and there's the one jerk. They have all different stereotypical characters that you see, except they're fleshed out a little bit more, and they're really believable for those characters. And Camp Dread's about all these kids who are kind of delinquents, and instead of going to jail or drug court or things like that, they're forced to go on this reality show hosted by Eric Roberts right here, and it's basically themed for his old summer camp horror trilogy, which was one of the most popular horror franchises in the 80s. So they're kind of taking it as that kind of same idea where all these kids are basically trying to survive this summer camp, and whoever survives at the end wins $1 million. And it's all supposed to be fake, and they have a fake killer, except people are really getting killed, and people are trying to really survive. And I think it has a really cool twist at the end that I think horror fans will really appreciate. I know I liked it, and I think it really worked well. The one thing I could say this movie could improve on would be more Danielle Harris. She plays the sheriff here, and she's not in the movie as much as I would like. Big fan of Danielle Harris, and I wish she would have been in the movie a little bit more. But Felissa Rose, looking beautiful. And Eric Roberts did a really good job in here, and I think the cast is really what makes this movie, and the cool twist as well. And there's a couple cool kills, and here's the disc artwork right there, and some advertisements for some more RLJ Image Entertainment releases right there. And I really loved Blackwater Vampire, kind of like the Blair Witch Project, except it actually has a payoff, and it's a vampire right there. And All Hallows Eve, totally creepy. That movie would have been like a personal all-time favorite of mine, except for one segment which was a little cheap, but the rest of the segments were completely creepy. And Art the Clown is super creepy. If you thought clowns were freaky, definitely watch that movie. And Bloody Homecoming was a kind of a cool throwback to 80s high school slashers like Prom Night. Camp Dread right there. And last but not least is the Dick Van Dyke Show classic Mary Tyler Moore episodes. For me, this is one of the greatest TV shows ever made, way before its time. Very influential on many TV shows that came afterwards. Just absolutely hilarious, dealing with family life and dealing with a lot of societal issues going on during that time. And again, Mary Tyler Moore on here as well. It's all the classic episodes with her on there, right there. And this is a 3-disc set right here on DVD. And bonus features with audio commentaries with Carl Reiner and Dick Van Dyke on select episodes, Remembering O Rob, and original commercials. So that's pretty cool. Whole bunch of good episodes right there, classics. And this show is amazing. If you haven't seen the Dick Van Dyke Show, do yourself a favor and watch it, because it's very influential. One of the best TV shows of all time, in my opinion. The Dick Van Dyke Show right here. My one issue, which I see this for a lot of releases lately, is the discs are stacked right there. I wish there would be a swing tray, but I'll go ahead and show you. There's disc 1, and there's disc 2 right there, and then there's disc 3. So yeah, I'm always worried they're going to get scratched putting them in and out like that, or damaged, but you just got to be careful. And I always feel better if there's a swing tray. But fantastic TV show, one of the best out there. Hilarious, a lot of fun, great actors. So there you go, there are my 5 titles. If you've seen any of them, definitely let me know what you think of them as well. Leave me a comment or a video response down below. Hope everyone's doing well. Take care.